Meghan Markle here.
Today is May 29, 2026. It is 2:48 a.m. This is video number 2. Video number 1 might have part 1 and part 2 where I talk about Invictus and Frogmore. It's on PYTE. So here we're just gonna talk about the left behind us. So if you're not aware of PYTE, go and check it out and subscribe. And while you're there, if you can help support this channel by donating to PayPal or Cash App, truly appreciate it. Alright, so let's go on X. I'll try not to be too long with these videos. Let's pause. Okay, a member of the royal family has claimed that royal life is a form of torture. Sophie Winkelman, the wife of Lord Frederick Windsor, told The Time, "The more I get to know the royal family, the more I get that their lives are totally hell." Alright, let me go into that. It's 3 videos.
A member of the royal family has claimed that royal life is a form of torture. Sophie Winkelman, the wife of Lord Frederick Windsor, told The Times, "The more I get to know the royal family, the more I get that their lives are total hell, and that level of unasked for fame is a form of torture. I don't think a life with that much scrutiny and pressure is remotely healthy, but they have no choice." She added, "To have that sort of blinding spotlight in your face from when you're born, people writing lies about you the whole time, is just brutal."
I don't know. I truly believe is Charles who allowed it to happen. I have my crazy thinking how I suspect how the tabloid get into the royal family that way. It started since Charles was young. There's a screenshot that I sort of create so I don't keep on repeating. You could pause and read some of these. Since the Queen father died, I think it started because Charles was a toddler, and then they sent the Queen, to do engagement overseas. Meanwhile, they training Charles to be that kind of a petty type of a person. While they were doing that, I think Charles' father was Prince Philip was trying to toughen him up. In my humble opinion, again, the palace probably told him to shut the hell up, go do your mistress. That's a different way of putting it. Go do your mistress, let the palace deal with Charles. I don't know, they probably didn't say that, but I'm taking it to the perspective of where Philip was trying to put Charles in the school that he went to tough him up, be prepared for the war. But hey, I don't know. I really don't know.
Sophie Winkelman, Lady Frederick Windsor, is the whip-smart British actress with a direct line to the King. As she stars in the second series of Julian Fellowes' Belgravia, she takes her turn on the cover of Tatler. Sophie Winkelman was a teen of the 90s Primrose Hill set, the daughter of publisher Barry Winkelman and author Cindy Black, and half-sister to presenter Claudia Winkelman. She read English at Cambridge and played in the Cambridge Footlights, the acting group that launched John Cleese, Emma Thompson and Stephen Fry. She found her cult success as an actress in the early 2000s as Big Suze in The Peep Show, and that led to the Meet Cute to End Them All. It was 17 years ago when, on a night out in Soho, she ran for the same taxi as one Lord Frederick Windsor. He recognised her immediately, exclaiming, "You're Big Suze, I love you." It was, Sophie says, very Richard Curtis. 2 years later they were engaged. Then came the Hampton Court Palace wedding planned by her mother-in-law, Princess Michael of Kent. Some thought the new Lady Frederick Windsor would slide into a life of leisure, but they were wrong. 2 days married, the newlyweds left for Los Angeles. Freddie took a banking job at JP Morgan, and Sophie had a role lined up in 2.5 Men. Writing gigs for Penelope Cruz and Salma Hayek followed, but after their first daughter Maud was born in 2013, the Windsors relocated to London. 1 year later, they had a Diana's second daughter, Isabella. Tragedy almost bit in 2017 when her car crashed on the way home from the set of Danny Boyle's Trust. Sophie was trapped inside the back seat of an upside-down car, convinced she was a goner, but she survived with broken bones in her foot and back. When physiotherapy proved ineffective in her recovery, the royal family stepped up. Queen Elizabeth II offered her the pool at Buckingham Palace, King Charles sent his Clarence Court cook, and the now Prince and Princess of Wales lent kind words. Her recovery was ultimately successful. Since then, she starred in Sanditon, This Is Going to Hurt, and WanK Out, alongside Olivia Colman and Timothée Chalamet. Now, she's transformed into the Duchess of Rochester for the second series of Julian Fellowes' Belgravia. At 43, Sophie Winkleman is just getting started, and her air of old-school charisma is the most refreshing thing of all.
What was that, well, I don't know. She probably don't want to deal with these people because then there will be rules and all of this. I was going to say she could be patron of the art and theater. They have a name for it in the UK. But I don't know. I don't think she wants to do that. She's doing her thing. And that's that. Okay, where is the uproar? Lady Frederick Windsor says royal family's life is form of a torture, calls their fame to the hell. I don't think she's experienced a portion of what Meghan is dealing. Not that I wish it on anybody, I'm just saying. I thought she said the family are wonderful and so supportive of her, and that the late Queen and Charles had or have no problem with her career as an actress. She said all of that to try and counter what Harry said, that William seems to have a problem with Meghan being American and an actress. What is it? It seems like Piers Morgan said almost something like this, because she's an actress, she's American.
This woman existed. All the alarm bells rang at Buckingham Palace, and I could almost hear them saying, pull the shutters down. It's an invasion.
She's mixed race, she's American, she's a divorcee, actress.
I don't know. They have issues. They have issues. I don't understand these people. The trash media and voodoo rats and derangers want to attack her and call her a liar for saying this though. Okay, a hell have unlimited wealth. Lovely. Boo-hoo-hoo. Welcome in. They do have a choice. Yeah, I think so too. Any of them could have left anytime, including Choco and Willy. She is white, that's why. Poor little loves. She said it. Oh my god. Okay, I'm reading everything. She said it, yes, but not in the way you portrayed it. LOL. She should move in with twerk and jerk. What? The name calling. I don't. Let me just leave that alone. Next tweet. Calling William and Kate out. Alright. Independent. No one buys Prince William chaotic school run stories at this point. So they're calling them out. When you look at those three children, they all have different features. You know, sometimes when you see siblings, you could see they have a little part of them that looks almost the same, but these three completely different, especially the young one. Alright, I think there's another detail that Rhoda and the UK are too shy to mention, that no matter how chaotic these mornings may be, this is no excuse for not going out to pretend to work and fulfill a few engagements every day, but like 99% of their commoner subjects, LOL. Their entire marriage is a scam. They live separately, almost like a contract marriage, and kids divided time between two parents, and they sell that as a happily married couple. Shaking my head. Exactly. Even if the children didn't attend boarding school, I would have assumed the ROPs or chauffeurs will be the ones driving the Wells' children to school. Alright, nothing about the couple is real. It's like reality TV, Big Brother with titles. All set up, kids bust in, photos arranged, and fake guffaws at nothing. I don't know. The thing is that they do not have any problem, so they create one to give themselves something. Again, I don't understand them. Next tweet. Even when trying to hype William up, they still end up describing him as a ruthless, bullying psychopath who alienates most of his family. Meanwhile, Kate is described as a scheme social climber. Their own PR pieces always end up exposing them. This is an archive. I'm not gonna read it. He's much tougher than his father. How William became the most ruthless warrior. I think the palace thing, it makes him look strong. Sam, remember that picture they did of him couple years ago, where on the cover he looks like he's strong and powerful with that military outfit. I don't know. Whatever makes them sleep well at night, as long they don't disturb the other people. I think individual members of the press have been telling us a story for the past decade-ish, a warning that Billy has a temper. Yeah, we could see it, the way he hit his father behind the head. He's a one-dimensional character, completely captive to his bad temper. Alright, for the love of God, why do they think that being angry, ruthless, and incandescent with rage is a flex? I don't know. Just look at the images when he's trying to do some sort of physical activities. You have people with helmet waiting for him just in case if he fall. Oh God, do your thing. Taking too long. Alright, next tweet. It seems that everyone is buying Willy's latest BS. Quote, will such a privileged individual ever be able to truly understand the difficulties he wants to help others overcome? Presenting himself as a housing savior to those in the duchy. Maybe that's why they're talking about, what is it, the Frogmore? Okay, what they're trying to do with Frogmore. And meanwhile, there's people who need housing. And this is what, again, I don't know. It's so freaking petty. I don't know. I'm just sharing what people online are talking, okay? Liz John. Why I feel Prince William and Kate latest worthy causes a catastrophic mistake. Because they have a track record of everything they touch is a disaster. I don't know. So that was posted on the 27th May. Because their participation in these causes are nothing but performative. They only get to work when Harry and or Meghan is shown showing up and doing good. When these toxic British journalists insert themselves into a story, you really get a sense of their miserable lives. There's the laugh here. Truth is, the causes are not worthy. They bring no change whatsoever. End up closing. Yeah. Alright. Every few months they give him a new role, environmentalist, statesman, housing expert, etc. The problem is that the public keeps noticing it's the same person underneath the rebranding. I don't know. Again, I don't know what to say because these things are so freaking childish. Oh my God. Mike Tindall's big mouth. What happened here? That was posted yesterday by people. These people have they have nothing better to do. This is just distraction. If you look at what's really happening globally, they are incarcerating black and brown people in South America, okay? And what's happening in the US because what's that? Israel already told the world, the US, who's their biggest threat. So they're acting on it. And when you go in South America, black and brown people are being incarcerated. Okay, this is a worldwide problem. This is a huge issue that's going on. These are just distraction. Kate Middleton still plays this drinking game, royal family member Mike Tindall says. The Princess of Wales recently shared that she's become a lot more conscious about alcohol since her cancer diagnosis. They must be watching my videos because not too long ago when I think we were talking about baby brain and I said that this is like too much advanced for her. She's not really into it. She should go back into talking about the drinking thing, but in a way where it transforms people's life for the better. Don't drink and drive. Don't this when watching football game match. You know when the team of your husband loses, there's usually domestic violence, things like that. I was talking about it on a video, probably on this channel. So they're bringing this back, but not in the sense that I would want them. I would hope they did, but they continue the same nonsense. But whatever. There's the laugh here. You know my feelings about intermittent cancer. That's the only comment. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. Now this is about Eugenie. There were a lot of tweets I left behind. Too many non-issue stories, but I picked some of them. These people conveniently forget that Eugenie was the last person to live in that house and that she had redecorated it. All right, they're talking about Frogmore. Okay, erase the last traces is just another racist dog whistle, in my opinion. Let's see here. That's from Hello Magazine. Princess Eugenie reveals the color scheme at Frogmore Cottage, and it's so chic. The queen granddaughter has recently moved. When was? Oh, that was back in 2022. I know right now they're throwing them under the bus, and their parents set them up, both girls. Okay, her Princess Eugenie redecorated Frogmore Cottage when Meghan Markle left the royal family. Again, that was back in 2022. Why are they bringing that back up again? This is back in 2020. Princess Eugenie, Jack Brooks Bank moved into Prince Harry and Meghan's Frogmore Cottage. Okay, and May 2026, it was announced that Eugenie and Brooks Banks are expecting their third child. Oh, they're having another one? From November 2020 to May 2022, the couple's main residence was Frogmore Cottage, which had been leased to Eugenie's cousin, Prince Harry. Whatever. Such inflammatory language. They are really furious that Harry and Meghan have no desire to run back to Frogmore. Can we finally be at the final stage of grief acceptance? I don't know. These people, they don't know anything sensible. Are they doing this thinking that Harry and Meghan will be jealous? I don't know. I really don't know the mindset of these people. They prove it every day. The racist royal family, their supporters, and the royal voters can't let Meghan breathe outside their imagination. They are choked daily by the existence in the family. UK media must believe that if they don't display their racism every day without a break, then maybe the world might mistake them for decent folks. They confirm each and every day that they are very much racist. Thanks for sharing this receipt. Saved. Alright, let's move on. There's no word. This is just childish. I don't know what to say. It's just childish. Okay, this one, I don't know. I think I shared it or I missed it on one of my videos. But whatever, I'll share it again. Christopher Andersen let the cat out of the bag by revealing that Kate's abdominal surgery was performed by 3 of her Pope surgeons who were secretly flown in from the Vatican. What the hell? That was like a exorcism? I don't know. So much for that quote, just like you narrative, because nothing says relatable quite like having the Pope's personal surgeon flown in on demand. There's the ruling. I don't know. So much important things going on in the world, and these people, oh my God. Oops.
Her surgeon was the same surgeon who operated on Pope Francis. Is that right?
Exactly. As a matter of fact, as a team of surgeons were flown in secretly for that first, you're absolutely right, the first abdominal surgery, which she thought she was getting for a benign condition. And, Pope Francis had his, the same surgeons who'd operated on him for abdominal problems that he had, were flown secretly in and operated on her at the London Clinic, which is a very famous hospital in the middle of the world.
Right. Before we get to that, Christopher, I want to go back to the very beginning of this story, which I just find fascinating because this was a rare misstep by the palace in every way, the handling of Kate's illness. A team of surgeons, you say, were flown in to operate on the Princess of Wales.
Right.
From how many countries? How many surgeons were there?
This was from the Vatican. These were the surgeons who were.
Are these private surgeons at the Vatican?
No, they're attached to Gemelli. They're technically with the Gemelli Clinic, which is a famous cancer clinic in Rome, but they are assigned specifically to the Pope.
Do we know how many surgeons were in the operating theater when Catherine had her surgery? 3, and how long that surgery took?
That I don't know, but.
Oh my God. Is that exclusivity they're trying to create, that you can get into that club of having those surgeons. But what does that say about the UK doctors? I don't know. You know what that remind me? When William did that interview with, is it Apple Plus? When he drove on the scooter, where the royal rats were being jealous about not having that interview done by them. So this is the same thing that I'm seeing here. If this is true, these people like to exaggerate things, even though I don't believe it. Whatever make them happy. I'm just sharing that with you. But what does that say about the UK doctors?
Her surgeon
Okay, so the planned emergency surgery flew and doctors. Was this the abdominal surgery that found no cancer, or the one that found cancer was present, or the one that found that cancer could one day be present and she will need preventative chemo, or the plenty of sun chemo? Excellent question. Too many stories to keep up with. Maybe to answer to my some of the thing I just said about what does that say about the UK doctors. So they decided to pick doctors that's outside of the UK, so the royal rights don't ask them questions. I don't know about these people. They are ridiculous with that thing. Okay, but the palace, according to this woman, the palace have pushed back on these allegations, saying what he's saying isn't true. There's the thinking face here. So I guess it's not true that she had abdominal surgery. No surgeon were flown in. There's the laugh here. This precancerous cell story is taking a few questionable turns every time someone tries to convince the masses. I thought it was an emergency. Now they are dragging the Pope into that every involving narrative. Yeah, I think the reason they're mentioning Pope outside of the country, doctors and all that, so they don't ask any doctors in the UK, did you do surgery to Kate or something? Anything from those two gibbets, I'm not buying what they are selling. Let's move on. Okay, back about Frogmore Cottage story. Oh my god, this is like childish things. Okay, so this is an article. Frogmore Cottage may be renovated again. So where is the taxpayers' outrage now? That's a very good question. Now they are tampering with a potential crime scene. What crime scene? A tip cited in July 2020 FBI report describes alleged mid-1990s incident. Okay, I'm like, okay, mid-90s, Harry and Meghan were nowhere near Frogmore. The claim said Ghislaine strapped a girl to a table and okay, there's that. There's the thing. I don't know. But if there was so many renovation, are they gonna track anything down? Okay, what is that? Back in 2020. When I was 6 to 8 years old, living. Okay, it's too small for me to see. I'll enlarge it. You could pause and read it. I don't know. They're making up stuff nowadays. I don't know. With the administration we have in the US, forget it. And connection with what going on in the UK, we'll be more in the dark. Okay. I will not be surprised once everything is done regarding Prince Andrew allegation and investigation. That trip that Charles made to the US, probably for that. Get rid of everything. Alright, whatever they do with it, that and the Sussex is concerned, because who worries about their previous rental they moved out of 6 years ago? Spend all the taxpayers' money they want, paint it with gold leaf, not their problem. That is true. He'll donate my skills, my money, my time, start a Don GoFundMe to make sure there wasn't a trace of that evil. Oh God, Meghan didn't do anything wrong, but God help us. This earth is becoming more darker. Exactly. There will be none. People just hated seeing a biracial woman living in luxury. There was never a problem when taxpayers' money was ever spent on any of the other married royals, which were far more expensive and extravagant. Right, $2 million was spent renovating it. It will have been done to such high standard. This speaks volume. The royal family gets so much money. It's sickening. Alright, I honestly don't think that story is true. It sounds ridiculous. That will depend entirely on the color of the person who moves in their racism. I'm sorry, I'm laughing about it. It's so hideous, but it's funny, and I agree with it too. Alright, let me read that last one. Okay, in my opinion, Frogmore Cottage will be renewed for Peter Phillips. As a matter of fact, I was thinking more for the kids of, one of the kids of, what's her name? Ford Fiesta. Okay, since his divorce, well, he's already remarried. And one of the tweets that was in one of my videos, I read a tweet. He already remarried. He has been living with his mother on his private estate in Catcombe. I'm starting to understand why the media says they're going to work part-time for the royal family. Whatever. Let's move on. Next tweet. Whatever. Okay, this is JTB. People really expected Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, to crumble under a non-stop attack. Instead, she kept moving forward, looking unbothered, polished, and booked. That's what happened when you survive real storms, the little raindrops mattering. Okay, the Avengers coming in hot in 3, 2, 1. Okay, survive too many storms to be bothered by raindrops. That's a very good quote. I agree with that. There's all of this. Alright, whatever is here, that's it. She is the kryptonite that has a stranglehold on their attention, the likes of which I haven't seen before. The excuse is as hate but dislike Kate royals and have only a passing interest because they're also unworthy. Meghan is a superstar that has taken over the world. Let's block this. Despite the daily bullying the Duchess of Sussex has faced and endured for years, Princess Meghan continued to move forward and raise awareness about online abuse. Okay, one thing you can be sure of, more than 50% of anti-Meghan posts, regardless of the topic, follow Meghan's more. She's like a big apple. She never sleeps. There's the laugh here. Minutes after you hit reply, they're on it like heroin addicts. Fantastic example of how to live your best life and enjoy the journey. Haters gonna hate, but at the same time, she got love for life. Alright, let's move on. It's a sickness. Racism is a sickness. I don't know. I have two more. Okay, this one I literally skipped it on my last video that I did yesterday. Alright. One of the biggest soaps in the UK and Ireland on the BBC referencing Meghan and that miserable Mavis. Let's see here. 6 seconds only. Look like it's a TV show.
Can we go Instagram official? Oh yeah, Meghan Markle or what? Did you expect me to do that?
Meghan Markle. What did you expect me to do with her? What were they talking about? Her going Instagram official with her new fella. Okay. She keeps trending in the UK. There's the laugh here. They really can't move on from her and stay on her 24/7. I don't get it. Alright, so there's all of that. Let's move on. Alright, I'm done with royals. This has to do with something that happened in the US regarding data centers. Okay, breaking: Andover, New Jersey cancels data center projects and passes complete ban. Rural New Jersey is fighting back against big tech. Alright, 20 seconds. I thought there was a talk, but just clap. So there's no talking, it's just clapping. Never mind. I should have watched the video before I share it with you. I thought that was news, but whatever. Next one. Next week. And I hope, I forgot the two. I hope other countries are paying attention to what's happening in the US, okay? Because if it's happening in the US, it will happen to your country as well, eventually. So make sure the people you vote for are, looking for your best interests, not for money-hungry people. To make your life living hell. Alright, this is Tim Tebow, a former football player. This white man went deep with it. I respect his honesty and pushing for white men to be accountable. I'm not gonna lie, being a black woman, knowing the biases told about black men are false, it does make me smile to hear this young man put the truth where it belongs and not on the black man. Alright, 47 seconds.
The number one offender type is biological fathers, but by far it is being done by middle-aged Caucasian men. Many, over half of them, college graduates. Many of them are educated, good jobs. This isn't just who we're thinking about. Like, they're technical savvy, and I think that it is time that we call them out. Like, that we can't stand by and stand back. Like, we have to stand up and say, not only are we not doing our job as men, it's actually the opposite. Instead of being defenders and protectors of our families, we're hurting and abusing. The number...
There was another video that he spoke about pedophile. Let me pause for a second and see if I could find it. Alright, so it was easy to find. There it is here. Tim Tebow, an American influencer, claimed, and he was a former football player. Was it a quarterback? I'll look it up later. American is the biggest consumer of child porn. 60% of child, there's the R word, or white dads. He shared a map with over 340,000 IP addresses in the US that trade share images of child, there's the child, there's the word here, abuse. That's his image, that's him, and this is where...
Every one of those red dot maps.
Wow, just look at this image right here. This is crazy. People need to watch their kids, and if you are raising young men, it's your job to teach them. A no is no. There's part of Toronto. Well, there's the border here between the US and Canada. Alright, let's listen. I'm gonna start all over. I didn't even start yet.
Every one of those red dot maps is a unique IP address that is downloaded, shared, or distributing child rape images, almost all under the age of 12. And that's just a 6-month screenshot of it. And there are over 338,000 on there. There's blue dots on there. You can't really see them, but the blue ones are the ones that are under investigation.
In a sea of red.
Isn't that a problem of what we're talking about? Every one of those red dot maps is a unique IP address.
So that's that. Alright, let's do prayer. Prayer for, I said prosperity on my last one. Alright, let's pick an image. That's the one I think I read. Oh, sometimes I have a hard time reading them because they're blurry. Let's do this one. This one is blurry. Let's stick with it anyway. Okay, pray for prosperity. Father God, thank you for being my provider. Your word, your word say, quote, but you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is, okay, it's hard to read. Alright, let's pick something else. Let's pick that one. Okay, this one's slightly better. Father God, your word in Jeremiah 29:11 reminds me that you have planned to prosper me and not to harm me, to give me a hope and a future. I trust in your divine wisdom and path to blessings. May I walk in true success and experience a life of trust and prosperity under your grace. Amen. Alright, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.